Yo, what it do, what it do, when it doing it, what it's doing it. What's going on, y'all? Dealing with this transfer portal now. This transfer portal is working my nerves. You know, I guess I got a love-hate relationship with this transfer portal since it was good to us last year, and this year it's hitting us a little. Well, it's done hit us slick hard, honestly. Between both portals, losing. Who did we lose? What's Darius Clemens, Omarion Walker, Carmelo English, the Dixon kid, DJ Waller now, it's hitting us a little bit harder because we needed, some of these dudes were expected to shine. This was their time to shine this year. You know what I'm saying? So it's hitting us a little bit harder. Some of these dudes, it was like, it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was their turn. I don't know why I did that, but yeah, it was your turn. So it hurts a little bit more to have some of these dudes transfer. If we could have kept what we had, like, this team was probably ready for a championship. Like, this team probably could have been really ready for a championship, loaded for it at least. You know what I'm saying? So that's the big thing. Keon Sabb, that hurt. It's hitting us. It's hitting us a little more than I wanted it to. But yeah, it's a love-hate because I can complain about it now, but last year it helped us win the championship. Some of those transfers on the offensive line, Josh Wallace, some of these dudes that really helped impact the game for us. What else is going on? What we have? We got the spring game starter. Whoever played well in the spring game, that's the starter for the year. I've never seen so many people take the spring game as the audition, like the true audition for who's going to be the starter. Spring game has never been that, never will. But now all of a sudden people think that that's the whoever plays well in the spring game is your starter. And that's never been the case. Never been the case. But now you got people with this Davis Warren, which I don't, Davis Warren played well, but that's not like, okay, he played well in the spring game, like that was the number ones versus the number twos, especially our spring game. The number ones versus number twos, it's just, it don't play like that. Yeah, we losing dudes. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna start just because you go to another place and transfer there. Because, and this is the thing, just like I'll give you an example. RJ Moden last year. RJ Moden transferred out probably because Keon Sabb and Zeke Berry probably passed him by, or at least Keon Sabb did, for sure. He goes to Florida. He's getting lit up. I remember first game, Florida, RJ Moden's out there getting lit up. I believe he got passed up by a freshman at Florida. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not getting it done and getting that spot, it's probably for a reason. So you transferring ain't going to be the end-all, be-all. But, hey, if you can get some money and sit on the bench, hey, I ain't going to knock you. You think it's his recruits? You could be right about that too, bro. Like Clink's recruits are leaving. Could be right about that too. Finally, this same content person who actually knows football. Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, bro. I'm getting tired of hearing these. You know, the biggest scratch my head of everything with the quarterbacks is people act like Jack Tuttle has started for years at Indiana. Like, I'm seeing so much when Jack Tuttle comes back, he's number one. What makes him number one? Because he was the backup last year? That just don't mean much to me. He played good when he got in garbage time. Okay. Garbage time against a deflated defense? I just don't get it. Don't tell nobody that just happened. Don't tell nobody that just happened. But yeah, this I don't get the Jack Tuttle look. Like, Tuttle has looked good as a backup in garbage time, but you can't take much from that. Like, you just can't take much from it. So I don't see why people are just anointing him. One, he's been a career backup for his whole career. Like, this is no knock. Like, this is no knock. This is no knock on Tuttle. But, you know, I do my research on these dudes. Like, if I don't at first and somebody calls me out, best believe I'm gonna do it. So when Tuttle started when Penix was hurt and Jack Tuttle started, like, he wasn't good. Like, he wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, he's in a Michigan system now, and okay, maybe he's gotten better. We don't know he has, though. All we've seen is him look good in garbage time against deflated teams. Two, he's playing against backups. He's playing against, he's not playing against backups, but he's missed spring. Like, he's missing a ton of time. You know what I'm saying? So for people to just be anointing him, I'm getting this from. Like, this dude is missing a ton of time. And yeah, he's been around a long time, but just because you've been around a long time, that don't mean that you're ready. And this is no knock. I just haven't seen anything to prove it. You know what I'm saying? I guess you could say that with all the quarterbacks, but, you know, the upside, honestly, Jack Tuttle, he probably can't get no better. Like, to me, the fact that he said if he didn't this extra year, he was going to try to become a coach, you know, graduate assistant coach, that tells you something right there. Like, he ain't trying to go to the NFL or nothing. He's trying to become a coach. Oh yeah, this orgy stuff, and I really hate this stuff because it comes down to people see Milton, they see a big black dude, and I hate to say it like this, but this is just what it is. Like, it is. People see a big black dude and they say, "Oh, I don't want him to be another Joe Milton." You know what I'm saying? They're not. Joe Milton and Alex Orji are two completely different types of dudes. Yeah, they're both big and black. That's about where it ends. Joe Milton doesn't want to run. That's not him. He never was a runner. I've talked to his high school coach. He never wanted to run. That's not him. Orji had 1,000 and some rushing yards in high school. He wants to run. He wants to run you over. He wants to showcase his running talent. So just right there, they're not the same type of player. You know? So what? So and this is why I say this. So what Alex Orji and Joe Milton was missing in his passing game, he couldn't make up for it with his Orgy for what he may be missing in his passing game. He's gonna make it up in running for yards, running for first downs, running for touchdowns. That wasn't in Joe Milton's game. Joe Milton didn't want to run. That's just not how he's built as a football player. He wants to throw it. Now you might say, why does he want to throw it? He ain't that accurate. Well, that's just him. That's just him, you know. But the comparison, it's just not a good comparison. You'd be better off comparing Alex Orji to Denard Robinson, honestly. I mean, he's not that fast. I mean, who is that fast? But that's a better comparison, honestly. Definitely not Joe Milton. To compare somebody to Alex Orji, they have to want to run the ball. They have to be willing runners. Like, I'm gonna run this thing down your throat. If you mess around, I will run this thing. And I'll run you over too. You get in my way. Like, so you have to compare him to those type of dudes. What's his name? The Joe Milton comparison, that's a lazy take. That's just you seeing two black dudes and you just, I don't want another him. That's what it is. It's such a lazy take. You know what I'm saying? So that just is what it is. You can not like it or whatever, but it's just a lazy. They look the same. I see I see a big black dude with a strong arm. You know, they're just two different players. Like what was that chat we were in, and that dude, no, he hates Orgy. I know you were in there, Antoine, and I think you were in there too, Jay Marion. That dude, no, he hated Orgy. That man was just nonstop. Like, bro, we got to get a quarterback out of the portal. Bro, there's not a savior in the portal. Like, let me know the QB that looks like a stud that we know we can plug in and can handle the pressure of being at Michigan. Please let me know. Oh my God, that dude was annoying. Phil or something. Oh my God, I should have blocked him because he had my blood pressure going up. I ain't gonna front. He had me over here steaming. Boy, he had me steaming, bro. Because I'm like, bro, like, who's the quarterback? This dude is naming somebody from Liberty. Like, come on, bro. Now, he could be a stud. Maybe, possibly, probably not. Probably not. You know, it's different if you got a dude that like Cam Newton. Okay, Cam Newton was at Florida. Got kicked, chose to leave Florida because he got in some little trouble or whatever, and then went to a D2 school, won a championship, then comes back to, you know what I'm saying? That's not, most of them dudes ain't like that. Most of them dudes went to one of those schools because that was their best option. Most of them, at least. You know what I'm saying? So if you can't name me a QB that, I was online the other day and somebody was posting, some QB went into the portal. I can't think of his name, but he was from Vanderbilt. And maybe we should think about him. So you know me, I go look up the kid's stats. This kid is like 50% passing, you know, bunch of interceptions. I'm like, I posted his stats. I'm like, is this who y'all saying get? It's like the people see somebody in the portal and we should get him. Look up what the kid has actually done at the school he was at. Talking about we should get him. This dude was garbage. I'm talking about none of his stats of any year look good. And y'all talking about we should get him. Just saying anything, bro. They should get me. I think I can play quarterback too. They should pick me up. Let me when I get home, I'm gonna set up my little tripod and make me an Uncle Rico video. Hey, I should be the quarterback at Michigan. Want to see my video? Woo! Like, bro, come on. Like, I see like people act like we got the worst quarterbacks on our roster, like, ever. Like, people really, like, these quarterbacks ain't that bad. Like, I don't get why people are acting like these quarterbacks. We'll take anybody that enters the portal. We'll take them. Like, come on. Like, come on. These dudes ain't that bad. Like, I don't like the quarterback. We can get anybody. Come on, bro. If you can't name me somebody that I can pull up their stats and let I got two what you call it, two different guys. Hold on, let me see. I got two guys. If the quarterback you name, I can't pull up his stats and he's got good stats, at least 60% and above, threw it for probably 3,000 and 20 TDs, something like that, I don't want to hear it. If he was starting, if his numbers is garbage, I don't want to hear it. What makes him gonna be good at Michigan? Unless he's that, or the only way I want to transfer quarterback is, okay, he's a 5-star or a 4-star stud sophomore or something like that, and he just didn't get to play because he's in front of, like, maybe Arch Manning. Now that would make sense. Okay, this dude looks like he's the stud. He's got the high recruiting and all that. He's just behind Quinn Ewers. Now, we know Manning ain't transferring. Besides him, there's not a lot of guys like that where you can say, all right, this dude is probably almost guaranteed to be a stud, but he's just behind somebody. There ain't a lot of them dudes. Because most of these kids, they ain't waiting. They getting on down. You know what I'm saying? So I need somebody with the stats. If he done played, I need them stats to be looking good. Oh, well, he was in Vanderbilt's system, or he was in, I don't care. I don't want to hear about, I don't see, people make excuses for stuff. I don't want to hear your excuses about why he was trash. If he was trash, he was trash to me. Same, and this is why I don't buy into the Tuttle talk. From oh, well, when he started at Indiana, he was at Indiana, so that's an excuse. No, that ain't no excuse for me. That's an excuse for you. When he was at Indiana, I look up his stats. They wasn't good when he got to start. So hey, he don't get off easy with me either. If you was a starter, I'm going to judge you off of you starting. I don't care where you was at. It's about where you good when you were starting. For me to say, oh, okay, let's bring him in, and you know what I'm saying? Because most people aren't saying, all right, get this guy and we'll bring him into the room and see. Most people are trying to find a plug and play starter. You know, and it's getting out of hand, honestly. That spring game has been the biggest annoyance to people that really follow the program and understand what's going on. Man, that spring game has become a big annoyance. A big one. I got to hear, oh, Alex Orji, he missed 5 throws. Oh, my God. And my question is, all right, when JJ looked like, because JJ didn't look good last year in the spring game, were you saying the same, oh, we can't win a championship with this guy? You were probably the same one saying that last year. We can't win with him. Oh, my God. JJ looked horrible in the spring game, not the spring game. The spring game. People think the spring game is like the closeout for camp. Like this is the okay. We holding tryouts. We having our tryouts today at the spring game. This is serious. Whoever has the best showing today, I know it's not first team offense versus first team defense. We're gonna mix and match them, but this is going to be the starter. Whoever shows the most promise or has the best completion percentage, you're gonna start. You're gonna start for Michigan this year, man. It's all on the line right here. Let's just forget about all those practices we've had. Hey, forget about all those practices. Those don't mean anything. But this spring game in front of the fans and on TV, this is it. This is it. Like, man, bro, like, then if it's not that, I hear I listen to the guys that have been at practice and they say Alex Orji has looked horrible. Like, bro, come on. If you in most of these chats, you listen to all those other insiders that go to practice. And they say, Alex Orji, man, he has some days that he looks awesome and he's pulling ahead. Other days, not so much. But I haven't heard anyone say that he's looked consistently bad. They've said he's been inconsistent, like all of the quarterbacks have been inconsistent. But most of them say Alex Orji is in the lead for the starting job. I'm hearing people say the most crazy stuff. They just make up stuff and expect you to just go with it. Like, bro, you're in these chats. We're all in these chats listening to these insiders. Like, you're not the only one that can click on these insider videos for guys that are actually at practice giving their opinion. Like, they all say the same thing. But not one of them has said, man, Orgies look horrible at practice. Orgies look bad at practice consistently. No, they say he's got big play potential. Some days are better than others. He's good some days. Some days he's not so good. It's just he has to be more consistent. But he is in the lead for the job right now. That's what they all pretty much say, the same thing. Yeah, the big Orji is gonna be a problem. Orji's gonna be a problem just to deal with in general. A dude like Orji puts a lot of pressure on your defense. And I'll give you another comparison that I think, and you might not like to hear it because, of course, this was our opponent, but he may be kind of like Braxton Miller. Braxton Miller was nasty. I'm not sure if his agility is that, because Braxton Miller was kind of nimble, but I think that's kind of a similar skill set too. Braxton Miller was a beast, boy. That dude was a beast. Yeah, Donovan gained like 15 pounds, but I think they say he's at 215 or 220, and they want him to lose about 5 by the time the season starts or something. Yeah, Donovan gained weight. Then we hit him with some play action. Yeah, Alex. To me, this is my thing. Alex fits what you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want to run the ball, grind teams out, play action. You know what I'm saying? To me, that fits what you want to do. Man, oh yeah, he gonna punish somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be, but he gonna decleat somebody. Somebody. I don't know who it's gonna be. His first victim. But yeah, Orgy is, to me, and I know people say his mechanics. To me, this is my thing, because I believe people, when you're trying to fix something, let's say like your mechanics or your footwork, you can start to think about it too much. And this is in any sport, whether you're trying to fix your free throw motion or anything. You're trying to fix your throwing motion in football, your mechanics. The thing that I hate about it is you can try to think too much, and then when you're trying to practice, or when you're practicing this stuff, you can start to think about it, and you're thinking about it too much. You're trying to, okay, I'm trying to remember my footwork. You can't think in sports. You can't think. You know what I'm saying? It just has to become second nature. And the thing that I was watching when Orji during that spring game was, I think he's thinking about those mechanics still and his footwork. I think he's thinking about it. And that can make you miss throws. Like sometimes it don't matter about all that stuff. Can you make that throw? If you can make that throw with your mechanics being kind of off, make the throw. Just relax and go out there and do what you do. Make the throw. Don't worry about the mechanic stuff. If it's not a problem. If you can make those throws with how you been, make the throw. Just make the throw. Don't think about it so much. Just go out there and do what you've been doing your whole life. Just relax and do it. Don't try to look like this is what I'm saying. Don't try to look like Davis Warren. Don't try to look like JJ McCarthy. Don't try to look like Jack Tuttle. Oh man, JJ's got the prettiest drop back and step up in the pocket. That's fine. That's JJ McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to be them. Be you. Because they can't do what you do. So everybody's gonna do something better than the other person. Just relax and be Alex Orji. Just relax and be Alex Orji. Don't worry if your drop back look a little ugly. As long as you can complete passes to open receivers. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about it. To me, he's thinking about his footwork. He's thinking about that stuff. And when you're live, when you're doing reps against air, you can worry about that stuff. That's the time to, okay, let me try to fix this. But once you go live, you can't be thinking about all that mechanics and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And to me, he was still kind of thinking about it. That's just from my opinion. I'm always looking for something to take away. And when he was stepping up in the pocket in certain times, it looked a little stiff, like he was still thinking about, like, okay, this is the right way to do it. But that was a spring practice. That was a spring game for us, but it was a spring practice to them. You know what I'm saying? But that's just what I think. I think he's still trying to correct himself and, wanting to be, look like JJ or look like Davis Warren. Just relax and do you, bro. Do you, because they can't do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Davis Warren might throw the prettiest deep ball, but Davis Warren can't punish a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got they niche, Jack Tuttle is kind of in between both of them, maybe. Everybody's got their little niche, Same with Denegal. He might be in between kind of both of them. Everybody's got their niche. You just got to do you. You just got to do you. You going to the draft. Where's the draft at? Is the draft in Detroit? Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I live in Florida, bro. It be, I work so much. It's hard for me to get away. I be trying to get them coins. But yeah, orgy is that you just gotta be you. You know, don't try to be somebody else. Be you. Do do what makes you do what makes you great. Don't try to do what made JJ great. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't JJ. You ain't Jack Tuttle. You ain't Davis Warren. You're Alex Orji. And that goes for everybody. That goes for everybody. You have to do what you do well. You know what I'm saying? When I used to hoop, I'm not trying to hoop like Steph Curry. I'm not trying to hoop like Steph Curry. I'm getting you in my mid-range in a traditional point guard. I'm more like a Chris Paul. Traditional. I'm going to give you 8-9 assists with 10 to 15 points. That's how I'm playing. I'm not trying to play like Steph Curry shooting threes. That ain't my game. Everybody has to play their game. That's just how I feel about it. Whether it's Davis Warren or whoever's the starter. But this has been wild. This spring game, the way people are running with it, it's quite annoying too. It's just annoying to me. And we have to hear, I'm kind of tired of hearing the same thing, because there's became so many podcasts, and it's good to hear. You want to hear as much as you can about Michigan, and if you want to be informed, but there's not that much going on. So you click on everybody's stuff, and everybody just kind of talking about the same thing. And I still watch the stuff just because I still watch. But I'm like, man, bro, everybody talking about the same stuff, every day. People got shows they trying to do every day now. So it's a lot of regurgitating the same stuff. I'm just like, bro. But to me, everything's still on pace. You got people thinking Michigan's going to be, everybody thinks we're going to be bad. And, I see at least 4 losses on the schedule. Man, that's possible. But, a lot of people just don't know what they're talking about. A lot of these fans, this offseason is the offseason for people that just don't really know what they be talking about, to me. Because they just see the headline and stuff. Okay, Michigan lost a lot of seniors and stuff, so everybody runs with that. Oh, you lost all these seniors, it's over for you guys. Oh, you lost your coach, it's over for you guys. But they don't. You're not gonna know. And honestly, this has happened the last 3 years. It didn't really happen last year because we had so many dudes that said they were coming back, but when we lost Aiden and Ojabo and Dax Hill and Brad Hawkins and Josh Ross, people thought we were going to come down to earth 2022. They thought it was over 2022. They thought it was over. You guys lost Aiden and Ojabo and Josh Ross and Brad Hawkins and what's the dude? The other corner? I can't remember his name. He got torched in the against Georgia though. I can't remember his name, but they were saying the same thing. Oh, you guys lost all these. You guys, Aiden's gone, and all that stuff. And we sitting there telling them, bro, we still got a lot. The cupboard ain't bare. We got a lot. We still got a lot. They don't listen. No, it wasn't Green. It was a light skinned dude, Vincent something or something. I can't think of his name. No, it wasn't Jamon Green. It was a tall, light-skinned corner. He got torched against Georgia. He was looking up against the Vincent Gray. Yeah. You guys lost Gray, you know what I'm saying? Just doom and gloom. They just think the cupboard is always bare since Michigan don't recruit that great. They think it's always bear. Like, oh, you guys are coming down to earth. It's happening. Yes, you guys will be back down to earth. You guys will be back down. You guys will be back to being irrelevant soon. Yeah. Your 2 years of relevancy is over. Yeah. Well, go Buckeyes. Yeah. Their run is over. You're relevant. Back to irrelevancy for you, scum. Yeah. OH. It's over for you guys. Back to irrelevancy, scum. Back to being irrelevant, scum. I don't know why I imagine they talk like that. Yeah. It's good. That's why this year's victory over OSU will be great. New coach, new players, same results. OSU needs to accept the new reality. Oh, they tampering. The thing is, you can tamper now. You can pretty much, it's the Wild Wild West with this NIL and this transfer portal stuff. You can kind of do whatever you want to. So I imagine, and this is what I think a lot of these coaches and a lot of these teams, they were watching our spring game. Like, I believe a lot of them were watching our spring game and just like looking like, oh man, because Waller was looking like a beast in the spring game. I ain't gonna front. He was looking like a beast. So I imagine a lot of these schools were just watching like, oh, who is that? Who is that? He ain't even guaranteed a starting spot on Michigan yet. See if we can get him. Because the thing about Michigan players, they know, these other schools know that they're going to be well coached, and they're coming from a good culture. So you're getting a well coached player coming from a good culture. They trying to get him. They do talk like that. Scum. You're never going to win in the shoe. You'll never win in the shoe. You guys got to come back to the shoe this year. You know, last year we were at Scum Stadium and you guys had the refs on your side. Yeah, that Roman Wilson, that wasn't a touchdown. Our player, Denzel Burke, had the ball, bro. That wasn't a touchdown. Man, you guys had home cooking with the refs. That's not going to happen in the shoe. You'll never win in the shoe. You guys won that game last time. That was luck, bro. That was luck. You guys will never win in the shoe again. Look how long it took you to win. Man, that's never going to happen again, bro. Like, come on. It's not, it's not gonna happen. Come on, bruh. But yeah. I be having these Ohio State fans so mad. And it's the rivalry, bro. Like, I had a dude so mad in the Minister Sports chat. He was talking about some I don't know why people watch your show. Like, I'm like, I got good takes, bro. No, you don't. You have the worst takes. You said Harbaugh wasn't gonna leave, and anybody that actually watches me knows I don't say stuff like that because we don't know. I don't know if Harbaugh's gonna leave. I don't know if he's gonna stay or what. All I say is reports are that he's gonna stay. Reports are that he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, bro, I troll. I come to Minister Sports chat to troll, nothing else, because it's an entertaining show, and I get to troll Ohio State fans for an hour or for however long I'm in here. And they like, that's sad, bro. Like, this is the rivalry. All we do is talk stuff back and forth to each other. Y'all got a whole show, Buckeye Scoop, where they just say anything about Michigan that's bad and they lead with it. They were saying Michigan loses a starter. It was their headline yesterday. DJ Waller wasn't a starter. He may have been, but it wasn't like he's Will Johnson or something, or Makari Page. Those are starters. You know what I'm saying? Like, DJ Waller wasn't a starter. He may have been a starter, but we didn't know. Like, nobody knew. They lead and they show with it. Another Michigan starter leaves. Like, bro, come on, bro. You watching that stuff? At least I try not to be unbiased. I try to be unbiased for the most part. Like, these dudes just anything. Like, come on. Like, bro, when I'm trolling, you know it. But Menace to Sports, I strictly go in there to troll. When I want to talk about real football, I come on my page. You know. I don't know why people watch you, like, bro, because I'm right. Because I'm right a lot of the times, especially over this last little play, over them last 5 games. Oh my Lord, I was cooking with grease, my brother. I was cooking with grease. But with this portal stuff, we gotta get some pieces out of this portal. I feel like we just need to get some dudes some pieces, just because we losing some. We need some more pieces. Guys that can contribute with depth. We need a little depth. Receiver, D tackle probably, and probably corner or safety at this point. You know, like we gotta get some, because quarterback is the hardest one. But from those other positions, you can get good depth guys out of the portal. Like, you can get good depth guys. Now, quarterback, when you got championship aspirations, it's a little bit harder. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit harder with quarterback when you got goals for a championship. It's harder. You know? But those other guys, those other positions, wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line, corner, safety, you can find a good starter or a rotational guy. And I think we need to go at it. We need to go at it and build some more depth wherever we can. Wherever we can get some depth, I think we need to go on and try to do that. You know, because this is getting crazy. These dudes are just, man. I thought we were done with the guys entering the portal. I thought we were pretty much done with it. But it looks like this is gonna be an ongoing thing. I'm about ready for this portal window to close. You can't go nowhere. You just sit your butt down and get back to and take a deep breath and get back to work. The thing that I don't really understand about a lot of our dudes on defense, if you're fourth string on defense at certain positions, I understand. But like if you're like the third or fourth corner, you gonna play. You're gonna play. If you're the third or fourth safety, you're going to play. You're gonna be in the rotation probably. You know what I'm saying? Like, Michigan isn't like Ohio State. Like, Ohio State doesn't rotate players like we do. That's why they don't have the depth that we have. Michigan rotates guys. So if you're DJ Waller, like, you were gonna play. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna play. Just like Zeke Berry. Let's say Makari Page and Quentin Johnson are the starters. Zeke Berry's gonna play a ton because we rotate. So that's what I don't get. Like on offense, maybe. Okay, I get it. You know, it's a little bit different. But on defense, it's about rotating guys so everybody's fresh and also building depth. So them dudes are gonna play. So that's what I don't get. Like, you know, if you about to get the bag and Michigan ain't giving it to you, okay, I get it. I get it. It's money on the line. Hey, money talks. Everything else walks. But if it ain't the bag, and you're like the third, you're the third or fourth linebacker, you're gonna play. You're the third or fourth safety, you're gonna play. You're the fourth corner, you're gonna play. You're the third corner, you're gonna play. You know what I'm saying? So that's what bothers me. Early spread has OSU favored by 9.5, being that down closer to 7, but almost 10 points better than us. I don't think so. They haven't proved anything. I mean, that line is going to change because they haven't proved anything. OSU is bringing back a lot. Okay, OSU is bringing back a lot. And on paper, you know, they're star-studded. Besides the most important position, which is a big question mark for them. It's a big question mark. But they do have that defense. Their schedule is easy. So they're going to run through most of their schedule. All they got is Oregon and Michigan and Penn State probably. So their schedule is pretty easy. You know, similar to it. Their schedule is about the same. Even though we've added all these teams from the Pac-12, their schedule didn't get any harder for the most part. All they really did was, okay, take Notre Dame off, put Oregon on. That's the only thing that really changed for them. Yeah, you're right about that. They're not bringing back an O-line, but they don't judge. They don't judge that type of stuff. They just looking at the skill positions and what the defense is bringing back. You know what I'm saying? So Ohio State's going to run through everybody for the most part. Besides, they got Oregon, Penn State. They're going to beat Penn State. Penn State can never seem to beat them, even when it's close. They're going to beat Penn State. So it's pretty much Oregon and Michigan. So they'll probably come into the game with one loss or undefeated. You know what I'm saying? And they'll probably have blown out all those lower level teams, so they're gonna come into the game averaging 40, you know, so they're gonna look the part. You know what I'm saying? But the question is, it's still gonna be the same. It's still gonna be the same. Can y'all run that rock? Can y'all run that rock consistently? Which you probably won't. So it's gonna come down to, can Will Howard be great? Can Devin Brown be great? That's what it's going to come down to. Because they ain't going to be able to consistently run that ball. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I just don't see it. And will Ryan Day be patient enough when they are having a little success with it? You know what I'm saying? So it's going to come down to that quarterback. Because our defense isn't going to be able to slow them down. That's just not bright. That defense is going to be able to slow them down. You know? That Chip Kelly offense it's not all that, honestly. Especially going against a Big Ten defense. It's always struggled with that. Hell, Ohio State in the championship against Oregon. Those spread Chip Kelly type offenses. All right, my brother, you ain't watching. You just walking. You don't care. You hit me. Okay. Those spread type offenses, they feast on teams that aren't well prepared on defense and can't tackle well. When you have a team that can tackle in space well, they struggle because they feast off of confusion and you missing tackles. So if you can tackle well in space, all of a sudden they throw that little swing pass that they're used to getting 8 off of, or maybe even 10 or 12. All of a sudden it's a one yard gain. It's a 2-yard gain. Now they behind the sticks because they normally get at least 7 off of that. We normally get 7 off of this easily. You know what I'm saying? So that's the problem with those type of offenses. They're all good and great until you play a disciplined defense that can tackle well. You know, similar to Washington last year. We're gonna throw it sideways and we're gonna you know, get on the edges and make a guy miss, and then we're off to the races. Oh, you ain't off to the races against us because we know how to tackle. Sorry to tell you, we gonna make them tackles. It's hell similar to Ohio State when we play them. They're always trying to throw those screens and sideways, and our dudes are coming up making tackles. Those type of offenses feast on bad tackling and a defense that's confused. Neither one of those are Michigan's defenses. So I look for it to be the same type of game, a close game, and whoever can finish it in the fourth. Whoever's got enough will and is running the ball the best in the fourth is going to win. Yeah, make them play our game. But, you know, our game, and we know our game is slow and methodical. But, you know, when they run an offense like that, they want to play fast. You know, they want to get on the edges and the seams. It's hard to do that when you're it's second and 2. We normally get 8 off of that. You know, that's a problem. Now we're behind the chains. We're behind the sticks. You know what I'm saying? Because you pick up 7, you pick up 8. All right, now we can run it. But now it's 2nd and 8. Now you want to try to get back in front of the chains. And, you know, if it's 2nd and 8 and it's Jim Harbaugh, we'll run it. All right, now we're 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. But you know Ryan Day, hey, it's 2nd and 8. I want to pick up some yards. I'm throwing it. I ain't running it. I might run it again, and we only get 1. Now it's 3rd and 7. You know, Michigan is fine with that. Ryan Day, he ain't usually fine with that. It's 2nd and 8. I'm finna throw. I want to get the first down in one play. I'm finna throw it. 2nd and 8. I'm throwing it. Now you can say, well, Chip Kelly, he's gonna make him run it. That's all. We still gotta wait and see. We still gotta wait and see. You know, at the end of the day, it's Ryan Day's job on the line. It ain't Chip Kelly's. Chip Kelly will be fine. You know what I'm saying? Chip Kelly can go be offensive coordinator for a bunch of teams in college. He's going to be fine. If they don't win the game, it's going to be on Ryan Day. Ryan Day's going to have to worry about getting fired, you know, and not being the head coach at Ohio State. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So we gotta wait and see. Because Chip Kelly, it ain't Ryan Day going, all right, Chip, you my mentor, but my job on the line. You gonna be fine. But hey, I like being the coach. I like being the head coach at Ohio State. It ain't another Ohio State. Just like it ain't another Michigan. It ain't another Florida State. It ain't another Bama. Yeah, they're all good jobs, but they're different jobs. You know, you can be the head coach at Iowa or Penn State, but guess what? If I'm born and bred and I went to Michigan, the Michigan job means the most to me. That's I don't want to lose this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we already know the pressure is getting to Ryan Day. So this game, this upcoming game, it's gonna be pressure packed for that boy. He already be on the sideline making all these faces. Making all them faces. This one right here, oh, you talking about pressure packed. So if the game is close, he gonna be fighting to not make bonehead mistakes, to not get in his feelings and do something that he don't want to do, or maybe he shouldn't do. It's gonna be pressure packed. Best believe. The longer that game is close, it's close. You know what I'm saying? The longer the game is close, it's gonna be pressure packed. Or if Michigan gets up, it's gonna be pressure packed for Ryan Day. That boy gonna be over there. He gonna blow a gasket. That boy might throw his clipboard at Chip Kelly if it ain't going the way he needed to. Best believe it's gonna be pressure packed, because he got a lot on the line. He got a lot on the line. Yep. Yeah, they worried about our secondary. They trying to get their secondary and stuff. It's about them trenches. It's about them trenches. That's what it's about. And that's how Michigan took control of the game again. It starts and ends with the offensive line, defensive line. You know, I mean the defense as a whole, but the offensive line really is what it was. And actually having a back that can exploit it. You know, we had to get our better recruits. You know, we finally got the backs that we needed, you know, to match the offensive line, you know. But that's what it's about. The trenches, that's what it's about. And having a back that's hungry, you know. Honestly, in the last couple games, I felt like Chip Trainum should have been getting the most carries. 2022, they stopped giving it to him. In 2023, once we got him behind the chains on first down, they just stopped running it. You know, people Ohio State fans think, Ryan, we ran it down Michigan's throat, and then Ryan Day just went away from it. He didn't go away from it. It's Michigan got y'all behind the chains. He tried to run it on first down, and he'd lose 1 yard. So Michigan made him go away from it because he was losing yards getting behind the chains. Michigan cut the water off on that run. It wasn't that he went away from it. It's Michigan stopped it. That's what made him stop running it. Y'all weren't getting no more yards. And that's not Ryan Day's forte to, all right, we're going to keep running it. Even when it's not working, we're losing a yard, I'm going to keep running it. That wasn't his game. I done talked my phone my phone done die, about to die. I'm like, y'all. Yeah, I done talked my phone to death. But yeah, that was the thing. That's not him. But Michigan forced Ohio State to stop running the ball. It wasn't Ryan. He just, all right, I'm not going to run it. I'm going to start passing it. No, he was trying to run it, but Mason Graham and them boys was stopping him in the backfield. Loss of 1. No gain. Gain of 1. You know what I'm saying? And y'all, Ohio State isn't a run team like Michigan is. You're not a grinded out team. So when you just get 1 or you lose a yard, that's a bad play for y'all. Michigan gets 1 on a running play, that's just normal, because we might run it 2-3 more times. We might run it 2-3 more times down your throat. So that's just par for the course for Michigan. Ohio State, it's not par for the course for you to keep losing yards on first down running the ball. That's not how y'all play. So, but that's about what I got, y'all. Let me go in here. I'm about to get some of this ramen. I done passed it. You know I had to stop. I can't help it. Don't judge me. Please don't judge me. But yeah, that's what I got for the most part. Denzel Burke tough. Y'all are going at it in the chat. I ain't got time. I'm hungry. So I'm about to go in here and get me something to eat, y'all. Like, share, subscribe, and as always, go blue.